Hey everyone, and thank you ever so much for taking the time today to join me in our very first Plutio webinar. Now, the goal of this webinar is to give you a quick overview on all of the features that we've been working really hard on and Plutio can offer at this stage, and show you how Plutio could help streamline your business. I'm just going to give 2 minutes to give a chance to everyone who hasn't joined us yet, a little bit late, to join us. And then I'm going to get started. But hey, Greg. Hey, Peter. Hey, Christian. Hey, Rob. Hey, Lorraine. Nice to see you all here, guys. The agenda of this webinar is going to be very simple. The very first 15-20 minutes is going to be about a demo of Plutio and all the features that it has to offer, and then 10 minutes or 15 minutes to answer any few questions in real time, live. And I'm going to try and show you the demos as well afterwards. I think we are ready to get started. Okay, so let me just share my screen. Oh, and at the very end of this webinar, I'm going to give you a sneak peek on a very wanted feature that we've been working on, which is time tracking. So we're just working on an app that will allow you to track your time from your phone, from your desktop, or even your browser. Plutio is not a planet just yet, Greg, but it might be. Right. So I assume you all can see my screen now. Can everyone see my screen? This is my first time doing a YouTube live stream, so bear with me as I try and get this all sorted. Okay, fantastic. Right. When you sign into Plutio for the first time, or every time you sign afterwards, the first page you will see is your to-dos page. It has all of your tasks, and you can prioritize them by date or by priority. And at the moment, as you can see, I have personal tasks as well as business-related tasks. No one else can see these tasks. They are private to you. So in case you've invited your contractors, a contractor, teammate, or a client, they will have their own tasks page. They won't see your tasks, unless, of course, you've assigned a task to them. Now, one of the features that is hidden at the moment and no one sort of know about is the custom fields. So I'm just going to give you a quick on custom fields. So from the tasks page, if you click on settings, you can then navigate to manage custom fields, which will open up a small window with all the custom fields that you currently have, and you can also create new ones. So here you can create priorities, tags, stages, or even create your own functions to on a task. So when you have a design that you want the client to approve, you can create a custom field that is called approval, which will have pending client approval, the task has been approved or rejected. And this will allow you to upload files or images to that specific task, assign it to the client, and then the client can then approve it, reject it, or comment on it for further work. So this feature can really be powerful. So I would recommend playing around with it after this webinar. Just try and go in, create your own tags if you want to, or your own priorities or stages, whatever you can think of. One of the custom fields I created is estimate. So it can give me an overview of how long a task would take me to do. Okay, I'm going to click through to one of these tasks. So let's say I'm going to click through to pay the phone bill. So each task has its own task page. There's a description area, and it allows you to type in anything you want in it to expand on a task, and you can format the text within it. So you can choose from different headers. You can make it text bold, italic, underlined, etc. You can set a task to have a due date, and if the due date is overdue, it will be highlighted in red to make sure that you see it next time. You can set it to repeat, and you can also set reminders. So if the task, let's say I'm going to change the due date for tomorrow, and then now I have the reminder option. So if I ticked on it, I can choose when to be reminded. You can set a default reminder from the settings page, which I'm going to show you at the very end. Then you can set it to repeat, you can delegate it to others, and you can add tags or any of the other custom fields that you've created. For instance, you can submit comments and upload files. And if you assign the task to somebody, they will receive an email about it with a link to the task. They can reply to the comments from their email, or they can basically log into Plutio to collaborate with you. And if they were on Plutio already, they will not receive an email, they'll receive an in-app notification. Okay, so let me go back to the tasks page. So that's mainly the tasks section. It's just about your tasks and your to-dos, prioritize and highlight for you automatically. So now I'm going to jump into the projects dashboard, where I can see all of my projects. I can see how many tasks I've created, how many tasks is completed. I can see the stage that the project is currently at. So I'm going to click through to one of the projects, Tomato Bakery. So each project has an overview tab, which contains the brief. So you don't have to sort of paste or go somewhere else to view the project brief. It's always there for you. You can set a start date, deadline. You can add categories. So later on, you can filter these projects by category. And you can see the client details right here. Now, obviously, if the project is not related to a client, you can just not assign it to a client. But in this case, this project is for Laura Smith, and it's our client. So from the tasks page on a project, I can then see all of the project tasks. And as you can see here, the way I've structured this to be stages. So the first stage is planning, and then I have this design stage, the development stage, and final launch stage. I can view my tasks in different views. So at the moment, they're viewed as cards, and I can switch the view to a list view like this. So it just, to adapt to however way you work. I can easily drag and drop tasks to reorder them, and I can even reorder task groups themselves as well. So one of the things about this is the ability to change the view very easily, and the ability to have a glimpse into all of your tasks and their stages, what priority they're in, and which ones you've completed or you haven't completed. So some of the issues that a lot of us have is the clutter. So when we have a lot of tasks that we've completed, but they're still there, and it sort of prevents us from focusing on the tasks that really needs to be done. So one of the nice features here is you can filter out all the incompleted tasks by showing only the incompleted ones. And now all the tasks that have been completed are gone. Not deleted, just filtered out. And I can even see the tasks that are overdue, if any, and all the ones that have been completed. You can clear the filter by clicking on the X sign right here. Okay, so now I'm going to navigate our Conversations tab. We are currently working on this to redesign it so to be more of an inbox rather a conversation section. So it will feel more like an email. So from here, I can start a conversation with anyone involved in the project. So let's say I invited the client to Plutio. I can then start a conversation called Get Started. I can attach the contract to it, and I can sort of have preset text just telling the client, welcome. Here's more information about us if you need to know. Here's how Plutio works. Here's where you can submit your feedback. Here's your contract for your records, etc. And the client can respond to these conversations from their email as well. They won't have to log in. And then so if you want to involve someone else in a conversation, so let's say the client wants a logo design and you don't do logo design, but you have a contractor who does. You can then invite them to Plutio and then add the contractor to this specific conversation. The contractor will then be able to see what the client's been talking about the logo, and just get started on the work without the need for you to get them in the loop. Okay, so then we have the file section, which allows you and your clients or anyone else involved in the project to upload and view files. So I can view files in-app, and I can upload them from almost anywhere within a click of a button. So your client can then connect to their Facebook, to their Dropbox account, Google Drive, or any of the other providers that we have in here, and just choose whatever files they want to share with you and upload it into Plutio directly. So no more files through Facebook Messenger or emails or WeTransfer. It's very easy to just do it through here. So all your files are going to be in one place. So one of the hidden features as well that we've realized that a lot of people know about is the ability to change the project status. So from the top here, next to the project name, if you hover over the status, you can then choose which status the project is in now. So let's say I've just created a new task about approving a design concept. I sent it over to the client, and now I'm waiting for the client to approve this design. So what I could do is I could set this project to be pending, and I can expand on it saying client approval. So now I know this project is pending client approval. And when the client responds to me and everything is fine, I can change it back to in progress or delayed if the client hasn't responded on time, and then I can take action on it afterwards. So another feature here as well is I can save this project as a template. So if I sort of rebuild the same structure every time, or I go through the same process every time for a specific type of project, let's say web design, I can then create all the tasks, set it all up, and then save it as a template. So next time I create a similar project, I can easily apply a template to it. So I won't need to sort of rebuild or recreate everything again. Okay, so this is about the project. It just give you an overview of all of your projects, upload, a place for all your files to be in one place, the ability for your clients to easily upload files without the need to go through different platforms and send you or bombard your emails with a lot of files. And then you have the conversation section, so it replaces email and keeps all the project conversations in one place, easily searchable. So the next feature I'm going to talk about very quickly is the conversation. So I'm not going to cover this much because we are redesigning it at the moment. So we're replacing this with a new feature going to be Inbox, which is going to sync with your email and is going to allow you to basically receive emails here within Plutio itself, respond to emails, and also convert them into tasks, actions, or move them to different places within Plutio. So as in, can create an invoice from an email or make it a conversation within a project. So this is going to be I'm extremely excited about this feature because it's going to help really boost your productivity, because you won't need to jump between emails anymore. So the next feature I'm going to talk about, which we've released very recently, is the invoices feature. So from the invoices section, I can then see all of my invoices, and I can easily again change the view, so to a list or to a cards view. I'm going to click through to one of these invoices that I have. And here I can see the invoice, the clients, the project, the issue and due date, and all other information. I can easily add items, descriptions, discounts, and set the amount. And then I can send it to the client to be paid online. Or if you set it to only be offline via bank account, you can also choose that method from here. I'm going to show you in a minute how you can set up your own payment methods. So you can send the client to the client to be paid. Sorry, send the invoice to the client to be paid. You can mark it as paid if the payment was offline. You can copy the invoice link and send it directly to the client if you don't want to send it as an email. You can download it as a PDF, cancel it, and delete it. Now, the status of each invoice automatically changes depending on the current stage it's in. So if I click send invoice, it will change to the invoice has been sent a few seconds ago. And if the invoice was, if the client delayed in paying the invoice, it will change into overdue, and so on. So from the settings tab on your invoices dashboard, I can then set the currency, and I can enable the different payment methods that we currently offer. Very soon we'll be offering a direct Stripe connection, so you won't need to connect through us. You'll be able to just connect directly to your own Stripe account. Okay, and one of the other features that we have here is the people dashboard. So from here, you can see, everyone in your business, from your clients, contractors, and even teammates. You can even add contacts. It could be the pizza store next door. Anything important that you want to, and anyone important that you want to keep their details, you can just add them very easily right here. Now, when you add a client to Plutio, you can choose to invite the client or just add them for the records. So if you add them for the records, you will still be able to assign projects and invoices to them, but the client will not be able to take action because they won't know about them, as they will not be notified about them. But if you invited the client to Plutio, they will receive an email from you with an invite. They can then sign up, join you, see only their projects, only the tasks that you assign to them, and then this will allow you to easily collaborate with the clients. And remember, the client does not need to be online in a Plutio to respond to comments or conversations. They'll be able to respond through their email. So one of the features we've also recently released is the calendar. And it just basically shows your tasks, projects, and invoices in a calendar view. Very soon, you'll be able to add events and edit straight from here. You'll be able to connect your Gmail account so you can see all of your events and all of your meetings in one place. The next feature that we have here is simply the activities, which basically gives you an overview of all the actions that's been taken in your business. So if a client uploaded a file, you'll be able to see it here. If they change their details, you'll be able to see it here. Now, finally, from the very bottom right here, we have the notification section. So if anyone else involved in the business posted a message or replied to a comment, you'll be able to see it right here if you're online, or via email if you were offline. So Peter, at the moment, there is no way to sort of invite a client to only see a specific task group, but that is in the roadmap for the next release. So you'll be able to choose which task groups are private and which task groups can be seen by the clients. Because I know at the moment, when you invite a client and there is no tasks assigned to them, they will not be able to see anything. So that's a very good feature which we are working on now, and it will be released in the next version. Okay, so that was a quick overview, and I hope it gave you a better idea of what Plutio can do. If you have any questions, please just ask them right in the chat section, just underneath the video, or on the right side, and I will do my best to answer them. The name Plutio came from when we first started developing Plutio. We given it a code name called Pluto, and everyone sort of liked that name, but then obviously we couldn't use it because it was, Pluto. So we tweaked it a little bit, and we found that Plutio was available, and we went with it. Okay, so before I end this webinar, I want to show you what we've been working on. We've been working on time tracking. So time tracking is a feature a lot of you have been asking for, and we are nearly launching this. So this is a very sneak peek on time tracking. You'll be able to download this as a desktop app, mobile app, and even a toolbar app as well on your browser. And you'll be able to quickly start a timer, then assign it to a tasks, or create a task right from here, and then start timing it from here. So this is how it would look like. And I'm just extremely excited to launch it very soon and see what everyone think about it. And I really hope this feature will really help you. Okay, so again, if there's any questions, simply ask them in the live chat. Otherwise, that will be it for today. I'm not sure what you mean, Christian. Could you repeat that? Sorry. Our plans for Zapier integrations, yes. We're going to be introducing this by the end of this year. Plutio will cost about £10 for a solo plan, which will allow you to get started with Plutio if you only work alone, and then £15 if you want to collaborate with clients and contractors. Okay, Lorraine, so when you invite somebody to Plutio for the first time and you do not invite them during that process, I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to go through to the Plutio, to the people section. I'm going to add somebody. I'm going to add a client. Here we have a small checkbox saying invite client to Plutio. So if you haven't ticked this, the profile will be created for that client, but they will not be invited. And you can easily edit their contact details if you want to for your records. But if you want to invite them, then you can, from here, hover over the three dots, and then click invite to Plutio. This will then, you have to add an email address for them first, but once you do that, this will then invite them. So I'm just going to add a test email now. I'm going to try again. Now the client was invited, and their profile status is pending. So it will stay pending until they accept the invite. Once their invite is accepted, their status will become active, and then they can see only the projects and tasks that you assign to them. Yes, indeed, Greg, that is the whole aim. So we're trying to sort of give you more value, but for a little bit cheaper than Basecamp or the other alternatives. Any other questions at all? Christian, you asked a question about time tracking, but I wasn't 100% sure what you meant. Sorry, if you want to repeat your question, I could try one more time. Correct. So when you invite somebody to Plutio, they will create their own Plutio account, and they will have access to your business then. But if you remove them, they will not be removed from Plutio. They will still have their own Plutio account. This will allow them to join you again if needed later on, or create their own Plutio business, or join another team on Plutio if applicable. And it will just give them the right, to delete their own account. Okay, any other questions at all, guys? No. So your clients will not be able to see anything billing related. So they will not have to pay for Plutio, and they will not see anything of that sort. When they sign in, they will only be able to see the projects, the tasks, conversations, and any invoices that is related to them. But they will not have to pay for it or do any of that sort. Yes, definitely. This is something we're working on at the moment. So we are in the coming few weeks, we're going to be launching a huge improvement to invoices. We're gonna offer new payment systems, payment gateways, and we're gonna have tons of new features and improvements to invoicing to make it much more reliable and much more usable. this feature, invoice ID number, will also be included. Thank you very much, Greg. I really hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions later on, just feel free to send me an email. So basically setting a limit. So if you start a task and if you start a timer on a task and the clients have a budget of, let's say, 10 hours, you want Plutio to notify you once you reach that number. Then that is, yeah, that is going to be a possible. Not at this stage though. It's going to be in our roadmap, but not at this very stage. Not when we launch it next. I'm so happy to hear that, May. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know. Just give you so just to also give you a quick idea of where we're going now. What is our roadmap now? Is first of all, we are going to push a new improvement to invoicing and general improvement to the whole platform, and then we're going to introduce a built-in features and roadmap section. So you'll be able to see our roadmap when you're inside the app. You'll be able to see what we're working on now and what we'll be working on later on. Rob, my email is leo@plutio.com if you have any questions. So this month, we're going to be focusing on invoicing. Next month, we are going to be focusing on replacing your conversation section with a new inbox and email syncing. Thank you ever so much, Lorraine, for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. Me too. Okay, dokie, guys. If there is no questions, I will let you go. And hopefully I'll catch you again in the next. Yes, invoicing. All right, well, once again, thank you ever so much, everyone, for joining me today. And I really hope this gives you a better idea of what Plutio can do for you now. If you have any feature requests, any questions, and you're part of our Facebook group, submit it there and I will do my best to respond. And if you're not, you should join us. Just go on Facebook and search for Plutio community, and you'll be able to find us there and join hundreds of other Plutio users to collaborate and just share ideas with them. Right, guys, I will see you later.